Hi, my name's April, and I'm from the Ohio Pork Council, and today we're going to be making, oh, this sounds like a show, doesn't it? We're going to be making kabobs. This is going to be something that's going to be really inexpensive, very nutritious, and you are going to find out how easy it is to make a meal for your families. So what we have, first off, is the pork loin chops. We've got it cut into 3/4 inch slices, big, nice, thick chops, right? Now, normally, you would see this little trim of fat on there. You want to leave the fat on. Fat actually makes it taste so good. But today, we're going to flavor it with a few other things. So we're going to go ahead and cut that fat off. I do suggest cutting your meat with kitchen shears. Be very careful, though, because kitchen shears are very sharp, and you're holding on the back side of the, you don't want to have fingers in your kebabs, if you know what I mean. So what I'd like you to do is to take these kebabs down, the fat's been trimmed off, go ahead and take the meat, cut them into little chunks like this. Can you handle doing that? So it doesn't matter how they're cut, just go ahead and cut them. But now, I'm going to need to do what? Wash my hands. You guys go ahead and watch her as she's cutting that. But over here, I am actually not going to touch the faucet with my contaminated hand. You can, if you didn't touch the meat with the other hand, good. But if you did, you need to turn it on with the back of your hand. Use the back of your hand to get the soap out of the soap dispenser, because I love it when people say, but I'm going to be washing my hands. Why do I need to worry about what I've touched on that soap dispenser? The next person coming along may not know that you've touched that with raw meat hands and may not wash their hands as thoroughly as you are. But you're going to make sure that you're washing between your fingers, on the back sides of your hands. Make sure that's all nice and clean. Usually use as warm of water as you can handle and get that washed off really well. Again, don't touch the faucet even after you've washed your hands, because now you don't know if that faucet had been handled by someone else that had contaminated hands as well. Turn it off with your paper towel. Don't touch the paper towels insides again while you're going to be handling meat. All right, so she's cutting that all up now. What we're going to do is we're going to be cutting up some other things. I'm going to have you stand right here. I'll come back to you later. All right, sweetheart, we're going to be cutting up the vegetables. Vegetables are really interesting to cut up. We actually have some peppers. Peppers are really fun to cut up. Do you know why it is so fun to cut up a pepper?
No.
Oh, then you need to say, why is it so fun to cut up a pepper, April?
Why is it so fun to cut up the pepper, April?
I am so glad you asked. Okay, what I'd like you to do, get that modeling pose on again. Model this for them. Okay, what she's doing is showing you the inside of the pepper. What's on the inside of the pepper is what we call the heart of the pepper. The reason that it is so fun to cut up a pepper is that you get to cut it in half, expose the heart, and then rip the heart out. Can you do that for me? Okay. She is going to probably get a little bit more aggressive when she's at home and can really get into it, okay? But anyway, that makes it more fun to cut up a pepper. Then what I'm going to have you do is just to cut the end. Remember, this is a very sharp knife, so you want to be very careful to keep your fingers out of it. I really don't want fingers in my kebabs, okay? So you're going to cut that up into chunks for the kebabs. We also have an onion to cut up. Now, onions are not so fun to cut up. Actually, it's kind of sad to cut up an onion. Do you know why it is so sad to cut up an onion?
Oh, I heard about it, but I don't remember.
Why is it so sad to cut up an onion?
It's just the, like, smell.
It makes you...
It makes the reaction of tears.
Okay, here's the hint, guys. Sad, it makes you... Wow, you guys are really smart today. Yeah, it makes you cry.
Yeah.
Sweetheart, do you have a date tonight?
No.
Being Wednesday, normally, it's not really a date night normally, but you are going to be cutting up this onion, and it really makes your hands stink. I hate to send people on dates with stinky hands, if you know what I mean. All right, so what I'd like you to do now is to keep the flat end down as you're cutting these things, and go ahead and cut them so that you can cut even in half like this. Just make sure that you get them all cut up really nice, okay? All right, so she's going to cut up the vegetables. I'd like you to go ahead and put the meat in the bag, and you went and washed your hands. I'm sorry, I didn't mention get the meat in the bag so we can do this, and don't wash your hands yet because we have things to do with you. All right. I'm going to have you scoot over. I'm going to actually move the trash can and let you be on that side here so we can all be. You all wore your deodorant, didn't you? We are in close quarters here. We are going to be cutting up a pineapple.
No. It's my least favorite.
I'm so glad that you get to cut up a pineapple. A lot of times people they steer clear of getting a fresh pineapple. They miss out on such a wonderful thing because it's not that hard to cut up a pineapple. Come on. What's your name? Remington. Be with it here. Okay, so you get a nice sharp knife. You go ahead and cut the top off. All right? Hey, never mind. All right. So then you cut the bottom of it off and cut that so that it makes it nice and flat now, okay? You normally can throw those things away, but I love to keep them for my horse, that he loves them. And then what we're going to do today is we're going to cut it in half because you don't need the whole pineapple for your class. We're going to go ahead and cut it in half and set half of it aside. But the rest of it, we are going to go ahead and take the outside. It's not hard. I'll do it for you, okay?
Okay,
I
appreciate that.
But I'm going to let you go ahead and cut it in half and all that stuff. But we're going to go ahead and just shave. You just shave that off. You just gently go down one little section at a time. It's not hard. People will really steer clear of it, and I'm thinking, why? A fresh pineapple is so delicious. However, we are going to set this stuff aside right there. The inside of the pineapple is what we call the core of the pineapple. We don't need that core, okay? So we're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to core it, meaning we're going to take that core out. You're just going to keep it down on a flat side. I usually use my fingernails and dig into it a little bit so it doesn't slip and slide all over the place, and go ahead and cut the core off. So you can handle that one, right?
I think I can.
Okay, all right. You cut the core off, and we'll get the rest of that stuff out of your way. Now, back to you, sweetheart. You've got all that meat ready and in the bag, right? Mm-hmm. Open up the bag for me. I'm going to shake Italian dressing. Remember I said we're going to flavor it with something different? We are going to actually flavor this with Italian dressing. We're going to put the Italian dressing into the bag. Has your mama ever told you not to play in your food? Mm-hmm. Fuddy-duddy moms. Seriously, we are going to be rebels. We are going to play in our food. We are going to take the little bit measuring spoon, one part of my piggy measuring spoon, and we're going to put some salt in there. I totally forgot my little piggy salt shaker. I have a piggy salt shaker. It's so cute. But anyway, we have to make do. All right, so what we're going to do is have you zip that up for me now. You're going to zip that up, and you're going to play in your food. So you're going to be a rebel. You know, unlike mom saying you can't play in your food, you're going to do it. Step back here for me. Okay, squish it. All right. Now take a step to the left. Okay, squish it. Take a step to the right, squish it. Take a step to the left, squish it. Right, squish. Left, squish. Come on. You're having fun. Cooking should always be fun. So get some music going. Do your little dancing as you're swishing and playing in your food, okay? All right. You really are not into this as much as I want you to. This is on television, national television. You're going to be on
YouTube.
Right.
YouTube.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so you got that all mixed together, and then you can leave that to marinate for a little while, but we're going to go ahead and open that bag up and throw it into the pan just on this side for me, okay? All right, you got that pineapple cut up?
I do.
That was tough, wasn't it? Oh, so tough.
Stressful.
Throw that bag away, and now you can wash your hands again. The bag, or the trash can is right around the corner here. What I'd like you to do is pick up my spatula, my piggy spatula, and just move the pork around for a little while here.
Well, this.
Yeah, just move it around a little bit, spread it out so it can cook. Okay? Yep, there you go. Wonderful. All right, so one of the things that we need to remember is we do not want to overcook our pork. Overcooked pork is tough and dry and tasteless, sort of like shoe leather. Does anybody like to eat shoes made out of leather? I have leather shoes if you want to, but seriously, you do not want tough, dry, tasteless meat, and that's what my mom used to do when she would cook pork. I never liked pork. Believe it or not, I did not like pork as a child because my mom overcooked it. To her, I mean, I have to give her credit because it was always told you needed to cook your pork until it was well done because they were worried about trichinosis. That's because pigs ate off the ground, and it was very unsafe for us to not have the pork totally cooked to get rid of that. We don't have to worry about it today. In fact, could you pass out or have those flyers that are on the side of the Make sure everybody gets one of those. And look at the back side of it. It tells you that we've actually reduced the all done temperature of pork now, and a little pink is actually okay. You want to leave it moist. You want to leave it juicy. You want to leave it very full of flavor, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave a little pink in this pork. But while this is cooking for just a little while, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the things that I have on the slideshow. So basically, you guys just get to enjoy taking care of paying attention up there, okay? Everybody else, pay attention. Let's learn a little bit more about the pork that you enjoy eating. First off, it's very economical. Economical in the case that basically less than a third of the cost of beef, and we're comparing to the better cuts of the beef too, of course, because the loin is the leanest of the meat. We're less than skinless, boneless chicken breast. Look there on my flyer, $1.39 a pound. This last week, I got that at Kroger. I am excited to share. They are having it on sale quite frequently, so watch for it when it's on sale. Go ahead and get yourself some extra loins and have them ready for your family. Or even cheaper than peanut butter. Guys, we are a complete protein, not peanut butter, and we've got less fats. Check it out. Pork versus chicken. Chicken's always been the one that they said had less fats. The last 5 years in a row, we've beat chicken for less fat, less total fat. So you need to tell your mamas that, because they don't know anything. I mean, they don't know that fact because they're from the old school. And unless they've been in on the studies that have found that pork is actually less fat than chicken, they don't know this. You need to share that. Then we're also nutritional. We're the nutritional choice. We're an excellent source of many of the things that you need for your body. Protein. Every cell in your body needs protein. So you have an excellent source of this, and it's a complete protein, has all the amino acids. A ton of B vitamins. B vitamins are really great for your skin, for your eyes, for your hair, for energy level. It's also good for something else that's up here in your skull. Starts with a B. No. Hey, the blonde even said that one, okay? That was pretty cool. Guys, excellent source of B1, and your B12 from pork is actually the best taken in by your body than any other source of that. But iron that you get from pork, you cannot get a supplement or any other source that gives you better use of the iron than pork does. So that's pretty awesome. What I'd like you to do is to take that piggy spatula, please, and just stir the pork around, just right there in that section of it. We're going to stir that around. Again, most of the pink is out of it, isn't it? All right, we need the vegetables. Bring your vegetables with the knife and bring it over here. We're going to step out of the way and let her pour those. Just toss them right in there.
Doesn't matter where.
Nope, just right in there. That's good. You have to burn yourself. All right, stir that up a little bit. Just right in this section. Yep. I need you to bring that pineapple in the same way. Bring your knife with the pineapple.
Sure, we could leave it out.
Fresh pineapple. Oh, but it's going to be good in here.
Pineapple's
Definitely
great.
good. It is wonderful. All right, now we don't even need to stir it up. We're just going to let that all flavor together. Guys, not only do you want your food to taste good, but you want it to look good. Guys, did you see all the colors that are in this? Does this look good? Does it smell good? Because the camera can't smell. All right? It smells delicious. Guys, this is so simple. Did you notice how easy that was to make that?
Yeah.
Pork loin, pineapple, peppers, onion, a little Italian dressing, salt. Guys, simple, cheap, or inexpensive. Don't say cheap. Cheap sounds bad. And it's so good for us because it's got all those vegetables, vitamins, and the fruit, and the pork that has all these good things in it. So, guys, there's all kinds of different careers that are a part of the pork industry. You don't have to be a farmer to be a part of this. It's awesome. You also have to realize that in a 250-pound pig, only 150 pounds of meat is taken. What are we going to do with the rest of that 100 pounds? All kinds of different things. There's everything except the oink is going to be utilized. What I need you guys to do.
Yep. You guys just stay. I've got passes for you. So
Okay. What I need you guys to do is everybody who hasn't been up to wash their hands, go ahead and get some hand sanitizer.